You know what I mean? Like, I'm not some idiot.
We are now semi behind both sides. We are live on New Regime. This is no longer a Patreon only. Just the only people that can participate in calling in are on the Patreon. April, if the truck is moving, cut the camera off because you can't lose your job.
Lisa, if you're watching this, please comment and let Truck Brown know you are not in that.
Don't try to clean shit up with Lisa now. No, we gonna talk to Lisa when she get here.
Love you,
because I feel like she would have agreed to the 30-day vegan. She'd agree to it.
Love you, my milk of magnesia.
And I'm gonna get her to agree to 30 days to put you on a 30-day no dairy, no meat.
Put me.
Yes.
Now it's jail. Now it's slavery.
Jail, because you keep adding
shackling up the nigga. You know what I'm saying? There you go. See,
we're not talking about jail. We're talking about how if I came to you with a nigga thing to try, you would do it.
That's not totally true.
That's perfectly true. If I came to you with oh man, so and so got blah 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 for the low, you would be all in for it.
I don't smoke weed. That's a nigga.
Where the fuck did weed come from? I said so and so.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just applying the logic and using bad examples that niggas.
It could be insert bad thing to do. I don't know. Something that is not in the best interest of your health, of your situation, something in that form.
Gambling, yeah. I probably would, yes.
True. So if I came to you and said, hey man, let's gamble off $4-5 grand on we could hit for 20, you would put your money in on that.
You lost me. You'd probably been around the 400-500 mark. Then it's like,
all right, 400-500.
Let's give it a shot. You know what I'm saying?
And can you rectify why that is? But if I come to you with something that is at the worst, you would learn something that is just better for your overall homeostasis. You completely reject it immediately. Do you understand why that is?
No. This is the difference between me and others. I can't speak for everybody, but this is the difference between me and others. Okay. When you come at me with something like that, first of all, you're talking to somebody that's 41 years old. When you come to me with this 30-day vegan challenge or whatever the fuck you want to put the name on it, okay, whatever you want to call this thing, all right, you're talking to somebody that's already done this type of shit. I didn't enjoy it, so I'm not going to do it. That's why. I didn't enjoy it. Was I a healthier person at the end of it? Yeah. Was I fucking miserable? Fuck yeah. Just because your body feels good and you're able to run, like for instance, in my heyday, okay? In my heyday.
Give us a year. What year was your heyday?
Like 2004, 2005. Okay? Long time ago. Okay?
I was just getting out of high school. Go ahead.
In my heyday, I'm 24, 25. 2004, 2005. All right? 2004, I had ballooned up. In the military, ballooning up was like, I'm a 5'9 3/4" to be exact, tall male. Okay? That's my exact height, 5'9 3/4. People give me shit because I rounded up to 5'10" all the time. Fuck you. I'm 5'10. Kiss my ass. You don't like it? Ain't nothing you can do about it. But I'm 5'9 3/4, ballooning up in the military, was hitting somewhere around 190 pounds. Okay? I ballooned up. That's fat ass in the military.
Right.
In the regular world, I'm just a regular person. Like, I'm not fat. I get on all the rides. I get in an airplane, do everything I want to do. I can run miles and miles and miles. I'm wheezing a little bit more than I would be if I was 165, 168 range. But I ballooned up to 190. I've done all of these different systems or different ways of getting healthy and putting myself back together. Okay. Now, did I notice when I ate a certain type of way or did a certain type of thing that my body reacted to it way better and I was a more well-oiled machine? Hell yeah, I noticed it, of course, because
you're admitting it, right?
Yes, yes. I'm admitting you're right as far as the health standpoint. What I'm trying to point out though, it doesn't bring fucking happiness. That doesn't guarantee happiness.
Oh my God.
Money doesn't guarantee happiness, just like health doesn't guarantee happiness. It doesn't. I know you think it does. And I
I don't
know
think it does.
that
I'm healthy. I'm happy in a million other ways. Accomplishment to me makes happiness. Accomplishment does, not health. Health
fact,
is wealth because if you lose your health, you have no way to chase after the money you need.
facts. Then you have nothing. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Health, you have nothing. We
Right.
we all agree on that.
Okay.
But we do also agree that we are willing to do things that might not lean towards the healthy side of the margins. You know, there's always margins. We all do things that lean over on the unhealthy side of the margin just for fucking fun. You do it every day on TV, every day,
Mhm.
on YouTube, on this platform. Talk about veganism and eating healthy and how
I do
much
not talk about veganism every day. That's a lie.
you talk about eating healthy a
I
lot.
do.
Okay.
I say do better, eat healthy. I do.
How much you feel better and all of that. Don't do drugs.
Right.
How sound your mind is because you don't smoke dope anymore.
Drugs. Alcohol is the devil.
Yeah, alcohol is the devil.
One sip is alcoholism. Keep going. You're right.
These have your margin on the unhealthy that you commit to all the time in front of everybody. All the
Which
time.
is that? Which is what?
Fucking vape that you smoking. That shit is not good for you.
According to who?
According to everybody, according to your lungs. Nothing but oxygen goes in your lungs, my man. Ask any doctor. There ain't no fucking getting around that. If you ain't breathing in good old oxygen in your lungs, it ain't supposed to go there at all. That's
okay.
That's not my opinion. That's not me waiting for some scientist to come up with all the different percentages.
No, okay, but how does that connect to our point?
Our point is, if
I want what you're trying to do is extrapolate a thing to say that I'm trying to be perfect, and that's not what I'm doing. I never said. Listen to me. I've never said that everything I do is 100% healthy.
Facts.
That's why when I say do better, I say try to do better. See, what you're doing is an average niggalism. This is a nigga thing that niggas do.
Okay.
It's where they will look at your situation and try to use another point to make their point right. That doesn't work. If I smoke if I smoke crack and heroin, but I tell you don't jump off a bridge, it's still sound advice, bro. My smoking the vape is irrelevant. It's irrelevant to the point. It's irrelevant to the point.
I agree with that point.
You agree with it because you have to. Now listen to me. Now, if I tell you I'm trying to do better, I'm learning how to do better every day, what it tells you is that I am giving it a shot. I'm giving it a shot. And I always bring it up all the time because I believe it needs to be in the forefront because niggas or niggers, however way you want to say it, niggas are bombarded with things that are negative all the time. So the point of my show is to always say something positive to keep it in their fucking head. Now, if you want to do the negative thing, hey man, that's your business. I ain't mad at you. But when it comes to a point like what we were talking about earlier, where people are starting to call in and try to come up with different ways that meat is actually heavy, you're not going to do that because it's just not true. Now, I've never told no one to say, go smoke a vape. This is healthy. I've never said that statement ever.
I've never said go eat a fucking hunk of meat all day, every day, and it's healthy either, though. So to that point, I didn't say that. I never said that.
That's true. But every time I bring up an alternative diet, collectively, a few white people do it, but collectively the niggas push back against it. Where it could just been a thing where, oh, he just told old boy that and okay, whatever. But y'all immediately react to it. Y'all immediately react to it when we first start talking about it. Y'all immediately react to it because it's like, ugh, that's a little positive, nigga. I can't have that. It's immediate.
It ain't about the positivity, and I can't speak for everybody.
But what is it about?
There's people that haven't even given it a fucking try. So they don't have an excuse. I don't know what their fucking problem is. They just want to eat unhealthy and die. I don't know what their problem is. My whole issue with the fucking eating clean and eating vegan food is I'd stop enjoying eating. Once I start doing that, it's just like I'm not eating for myself no more. I'm eating for my body, which is cool. I'm eating for myself as in eating for my body, for my health, but I'm not enjoying it. This is not a fun. It's just like I could give less than a fuck what we eat now. I'm going to eat bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm not enjoying this shit. It's like going to work. You turn eating into going to work for me when you do this. And
Close the door.
it's not me speaking from not knowing. I've done this shit that you're talking about. I've eaten healthy. I've cut all the bullshit out before and reaped the benefits because I wanted to fucking be able to jump high and run high and be successful and get promotions. I don't have to do that shit no more, so I'm not doing it because I don't enjoy it. That's my point of the matter. Now, will I see that I'm doing too much and cut back and scale and do cleanses and do all this other shit that is pretty much unnecessary? I'll give you that point. I'll give you all the points that you need as far as me overindulging and eating bullshit and then turning around have to do corrective, training basically to fix it when I could have just been not doing it in the first place. And then I'll have to do a fucking cleanse or go extreme. This is true. This is true. But my whole reason for bringing up having sex with white women is there's so many reasons why I shouldn't have sex or be with a white woman as a black man. And I know all the good points on why I shouldn't do it. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it anyway.
I never brought up
because it makes me happy. I enjoy it. I
don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with people having sex with white women and everything like that. It's that, that is subjective to what people believe. I do have my own beliefs. I know that I am not attracted to anything but black women. That's my preference. You can't say that's a moral standpoint. Also, and if you get so pro-black with it, is that the wealth and shit you acquire will be subtracted into the white culture and all that type of stuff, and it will not help the situation. I understand those points too. Me too. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, that's your fucking business. The main thing I try to stick to is a general positivity and a general good direction. The good direction is try to eat right, take care of your health. And I always put try in front of it because it is a constant thing that you have to work at. That's why I say I practice these disciplines. They're disciplines. That means that there's always a practice. That means you're always going to fall off of it. That means all of those things. But what I noticed about Negroes on my platform, especially when I say it, it offends them. Not you.
I know.
But it offends them, and they get to the point where they'll start coming back with these niggerism studies. Because and it's like, oh, well, really, if you only drink milk every day, your dick grows. No, it does not. It's not real.
This is the problem, and this is the problem that we have in our community that a lot of others don't have in their community. And I've recognized it a long time ago, is that we have to work so hard because we're coming from the bottom. So we've been taught so much bullshit and getting so much bullshit pushed on us, and we're the lab rats. We've been the lab rats forever. So it is harder to push people into the right mind state. It is harder to show people the facts. It is. I totally agree with that. But once somebody knows the facts and then they decide to make and they've tried it and everything, and they still decide to make the wrong decision, then that lets you know one or two things. Either one, that person is very fucking ignorant, and you should just leave them alone because those people exist in every race. That's just one.
Mm-hmm.
Or two, they're doing it because of mental health issues. Okay? It ain't about education or not knowing. It's sometimes, like people say, the body is a temple. You could be healthy and your body could be all that and everything, but if your mental health isn't together, the body still can't function. I don't give a fuck how healthy it is or whatever the case may be. And for a lot of people, sugar, steaks, all these dumb shit, gambling, being able to have a drink of alcohol, you know what I mean? And I ain't talking about going as far as being a fucking alcoholic. I'm saying to be able to go out and splurge on some champagne, mentally, it works as some type of fucked up chemical balance for them, for their mental health. Is it stupid? Is it dumb?
No, you're right. Some people just don't need to take anything. You're right about that. I'm not gonna lie. Some people can drink and they'll become playful, and some people can drink and they'll become violent. That's true.
Facts.
Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with my friends that drink. I don't have a problem with that. But what you have to understand when you listen to me, when you talk to me, you're talking to a recovering drug addict. So when the way I speak is right out of the drug program, and any motherfucker who's been in a drug program hears it. The fuckers that have not been in one don't get it. In a drug program, they teach us that you'll always be an addict. Fact. No matter how far. I haven't done drugs in 13 years, and I am still a drug addict. So when I come on here and I keep saying it, because the people who have been through programs, they understand what I'm saying and they need to hear it. The people who've never been in one, it sticks in their head for a while. And eventually they will slide towards it. It's self-conscious. It's just like, I really need to stop doing this. I really need to stop doing it. That's why I talk the way I talk. I was a homeless person with no work ethic. So I speak on work ethic like a fanatic, because that's what got me out of being homeless. That's the point. Now, I'm not saying the way anyone does is wrong or anything like that. But for somebody who has a genetic predisposal to being an addict, who was one in real life, I don't drink anything. And a sip of it is alcoholism to me. To me, because I know if I give myself that birth where it's like, well, you know, I only do it on Saturdays, I will be a full-fledged alcoholic. I'm addicted to biting my nails, bro. I have an addictive personality. So I have to know what I am to come on here and to show it to you. Now, the problem is this. Anybody else who would have had a YouTube channel would have hid this from you. But I am transparent. So this is where the problems come to my channel, where it's like, this dude's fucking weird. And I'm this way because I am a recovering drug addict, food addict, and sex addict. So I practice disciplines of not having sex but once every 7 days. I did 2 years without any pussy. I've done the whole thing to try to get myself in a better position, because when I fell victim to my vices, it got me nowhere. It got me nowhere. It got me paying $1,000 in child support for a kid that I can't legally get my hands on. It got me dealing with 5 different fucking crazy women that's affecting my credit. And my energies on the insides are all fucked up, and I'm genuinely not happy. But I got a steak, I got drugs, and I got pussy. Yeah, I guess I'm happy. No, but I wasn't happy though. Right. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you didn't go through those problems, the way I am will go over your head, because it's like, well, shit, I don't have them issues. So it'll be something you would just ignore. But in niggas, on a grand scale, and we know from the other people who make videos about me, they can't ignore it, bro. Because the one thing it's doing, it is giving people. I thought you were moving, April. I'm about to say, yeah, put your brake on. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
What the hell she doing? She ain't got the brake on. No, what one thing it does to people, period, white or black or in the blue collar sector, it gives them the inspiration that if I stay true to it, I cannot have these vices too. That's all it is. But them niggas, when they see it, they say, oh, well, he talking against me drinking on live. And I don't agree with people drinking alcohol on live. Because regardless of not, if you have 200 subs, you are inspiration to 200 fucking people. And they're going to mimic what you do. You think I don't know? I don't see these fuckers with vapes. Mm-hmm. I see it.
Or to say that you wasn't the person that was influenced by the person that was smoking and you know. You were a victim as well.
Listen, now exactly. But this is the point. My only point is, and if you being my friend who has my number, who can talk to me, and you can be attest to this, I'm going to push you. Every time I talk, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Is it hooked up? Did you buy this? Did you figure it out? I'm going to do that all the time, because that is my personality. That is literally the reason why I'm a good friend to have. Because if you were to slip off, I'm going to tell you, oh, no, didn't you drink yesterday? You drunk yesterday, didn't you? Yeah, but today I stubbed my no, bro. No. You drink now. You started drinking. I'm noticing you drinking a lot. I thought you were going to set the roadcaster up. I give you, this is a good one right here that me and Law just talked about. Why you ain't got a pop screen on the mic? Why you got a pop screen on the mic?
I know it's somewhere.
and I know that Law just likes the fact it's gold. It is in this frame. He does not want to take it off. Like, it is what it is. I get it. But the point is, when you talk about me to your sister, Lisa, your mother, uncle, your kids, all this shit, you're going to say that there's no way You heard this wrong thing from TB. There's no way you heard it because he's on the same fucking gear for the past 6 years. That's why people stop watching the channel, because if you don't do better, it will hurt you to listen to me, because I'll be reminding you that you ain't do what you're supposed to do.
Right. I appreciate you for being transparent, TB. It means the world to me because I'm a recovering addict as well. You are a true inspiration. That's why I try to stay plugged into you. Even when I'm not on live, I try to catch up with your videos. I appreciate you. I really do.
Can you hear the drug program in my words?
Yes.
That's all I'm trying to put forward.
It keeps me strong.
I'll give you a better one, Law. I've been fat since I was 7. I'll give you a more hurtful thing that happened to me. When I was in middle school, a friend of mine went up to talk about this girl, Angela. I forget what her name was, bitch. And he said, "Hey, so-and-so likes you." So I walk up to her. I pimp over there, because I'm fresh. I got my Guess jeans on or whatever I had at the time. Had a fade, but I had the 3 lines in it, so I was hot. I walk up to her and I say, "Hey man, I heard so-and-so told me that, you digging me. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever." She stands up and looks me in the eye and says, "Do you know you're fat?" At this point, there's a group of kids around. And I feel this big. Like, you don't understand how bad this feels. Like, and she's like, "You're fat." And she reaches out and grabs one of my kid man boobs. At this point, I'm like, I should punch you in your motherfucking face. And that's all I'm thinking in my mind. Like, I should straight hit this girl, but I'm not gonna do it. Right? I didn't hold close hand hit her. It tore me up. Shooter, all the time, used to call me fat all the time. I don't care. I'll put it out there. Him, Thomas, all my cousins. When I was running, I'm trying to run the mile in high school. The seniors would run up behind me and grab me by the boobs. And they would say, "You got better boobs than Angela so-and-so on TV," and keep running. I would fall, skin my knee, and I'm like, "Yo, be bullshit." I'd be mad. It's safe to say that it affected me, right?
Thanks.
I couldn't lose weight. I started playing around with drugs at about 18, 19. I went from 300 pounds at 6'1" to 142 pounds. It's like I was walking death, bro. Like you didn't even know who I was.
Skeletor.
I was Skeletor. Like, I got naked to get some pussy from a girlfriend, and she was like alarmed. She was like, "You need help. Like, something is wrong with you. You're too small. Like, why? It doesn't make sense for you to be this small." So then I go through the situation. I've ended up going in and out of program. I go in and out of jail sometimes. And one day my cousin tells me, he informs me that we're pieces of shit. And this is going to fuck you up. I didn't know. Like, I really didn't know. So I tell him, it's like, "Dude, we're fucking losers." And he looks up at me, looks me square in the eye and says, "Duh." What? Now I'm rolling it. He's adding shit to the blunts. I don't really know. So I'm smoking, lacing, whatever. And I'm like, "Bro, how long we was pieces of shit?" He said, "Hell, since high school. Since 9th grade, bro." He's like, "Bro, we're 23 and we don't have licenses. 16-year-olds are driving past us with cars with sound systems, and we're walking." And right there, I had a panic attack. I was in the hospital. I didn't know I was a loser. I swear to God, like, I would have stood up next to Kanye West, like, he's the same as me. Like, I didn't know. I was like totally lost, bro. And he was like, "Dude, you're a fucking loser, bro. He was like, "Dude, we're bums, bro. Like, think about it. You live with your girlfriend, you have no license. Like, you're a fucking loser, man. You like bad credit, whole shit. Like, you can't get your own place. You work at a bullshit job when you got a job. Like, you're a bum, dude." and it just fucked me up. And from that point, I just became I guess without a lack of a better nerd, I start consuming self-help shit, and it turned me into like a self-help Nazi. Because I figured that was the only way I'm gonna get out of the situation. That was the only way I'm gonna get out of the situation. Here's the worst lie: all the niggas I was around and the family I was around, no one told me. How the fuck did I not know I was a loser? Because nobody told me, bro. And that is my problem with niggas. That's my problem, bro. I think that's my quintessential problem. The problem is you won't even tell me. You will condone this negative action. That's why, as a man now, I can't condone it, bro. I can accept you for who you are, but if the conversation comes up, I'm going to say the truth. And if I get a place where I can push you to do some shit, I'm going to do it. So you might well don't even answer the phone if the thing's not on the microphone tomorrow, because I'm going to bring it up. Like, that's how I am. Now, if you're a person who's older like you, who's went through the military, you can see, oh, that's a positive thing. But the average Negro, they don't see it that way. They see it as you're being preachy to me, you're downing me, you're you know what I mean? You know what I'm
talking about this. Just let it go.
Let it live. You can't judge another man. I'm not judging you. I'm hopefully trying to get you to do the right thing.
Right.
Which is to do fucking better. Where's Phil at?
I'm not getting the fucking pop screen. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna let it go. This is my point where
let it fucking die, buddy.
This is my point where when you deal with Negroes, is that you're gonna get beaten to a position where bad things need to be considered good. Let's take the Negro out of it, because we got Cuba Kid in here and a couple white people, and I don't even think Cuba Kid's white. I think he's Cuban, but I don't know. But what I will say is this.
Just a good guess. I don't know.
It's a good guess. I don't know. I think his contrast is way high, so I don't know. I can't even see the lines in his face or nothing. But what I will say is this. The blue collar do this too. This is not just a nigga thing. I'll give you a perfect example. And Trevor may be able to speak on this. He's driving right now, and his signal sucks. They'll say, well, a nigga car is a Chevy Caprice on 2026, right? We've seen it. That's a nigga car.
I like that car, by the way.
It's an awesome car. I'm not gonna stuff like it ain't though. And I had a white friend would say, "Oh man, well you can tell that's a drug dealer's car. I would never do that to a car, Woody." I told him, I said, "Dude, we're really alike. No, it's not different. I would never drive a car like that." He got that car for $2,000 from the auction, put $6,000 rims on it. He says, "Yeah, that's stupid. You got a $2,500 pickup truck from the auction and put $6,000 worth of rims and tires on it to make it an off-road truck." It's the same fucking thing. There's no difference. The only thing is when the cop sees your car, you're a hunter or you're a good old boy. Right? But when the Caprice drives by, he sells crack.
He's up to no good.
He's up to no good. That's the only difference. The difference is the stigma.
He's poisoning our streets.
He is selling the white girls booger sugar immediately. And you got a whole container of the solution that helps you make meth. I don't know. I watched Breaking Bad. I don't know how it works really, but I know it has something to do with drugs and chemicals. But I'll tell you this. That's the difference. So what I could tell people is I just want you to do better at all the time. So if I'm always in the position to want you to do better, I tell Phil, you're in the tech, do a fucking YouTube, please. You're in the tech. You're in the tech. Do it. It's going to get annoying. I know it is.
Yeah, you bother me about my fucking pop screen, but you don't be on here.
Oh no, we talk offline a lot. We really do.
Phil gets it.
Yeah. I don't care. I want to see him get it.
But the thing about it is, because I'm so particular about how I do it, that's why I'm taking so long to do it.
It's taking so long. And the biggest
also too, I just wanted to chime in about the addict thing. It took me most of my life and well into my adult life to realize I have an addictive personality, because I come from a very long line of addicts and thieves. That's why that's part of the reason I don't. I mean, of course, aside from my own moral compass, that's why I don't gamble, because I did it once. I couldn't stop. I emptied my wallet at a coin slot machine.
Damn, me.
Like I have the nail biting problem. Like I overly obsess when I get into stuff. That's why I have to be very particular about what I get into, how I do it, how I go about it, because I
You have to
can't
make sure
help
it's a
myself.
positive thing you're about to get into.
Right, exactly.
But what I'm saying, and I'm not gonna let the channel thing go, but what I am saying is that one of the biggest ways to do it to get to a goal is to start. It don't gotta be particular. Like you just start. Just start it. Just do it. Just do it as much as you possibly like. Look at law. Let's focus on law's fucked up setup. Let's go to law. All right.
Oh God, I guess. See what I'm saying?
Now, listen. He jocked my show, Mandalorian, right?
Don't
Got my thing.
fucking don't, bro.
Borrowed my jersey. You know what I'm saying? But he just started.
BA all day. Shout out to Iverson.
Exactly.
Shout out to Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that is the value of the channel. I believe that is the value of any channel that I'm involved in, is that we gonna cut up. We gonna do some jigaboo shit every once in a while. We gonna talk about the new Cadillac coming out. We ain't bought it, but we gonna review it. We gonna look at it. We gonna say how dope it is. We're gonna do all these things. But when a real conversation comes up or a real questions comes up, it's gonna be pointed in a positive direction. The message is always gonna be something that your kid could listen to. And that's why I tell people when I used to meet up and do studio shit, and they'd be like, oh shit, I got my kid with me. I'm not doing nothing your kid can't see. If we gotta hide it from your kid, we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing.
Right.
Why can't your kid come to the studio and see how it's done? Go ahead, Phil.
Oh no, I'm good. You good, man.
Hold on, I got people lined up.
Can I say something? Is that okay? Is Mr. Gold Mike? Can I? Listen, I get that a lot of times when I talk, sometimes I come off as an asshole, and it's because I don't care. You know what I mean? In all honesty, I can be very professional or very sensitive to everybody. Try to stay neutral and be all. But I don't care enough to even play that game, because I know where that game has gotten me before. I've done it before, and you usually end up eating shit. You know what I mean? Closed mouth don't get fed, squeaky wheel gets the oil. All those bullshit ass statements that people make about just speaking up for yourself. But this is the thing though. If you see me do something that probably isn't particularly good for you, or you probably shouldn't, have no business doing, like taking a sip of alcohol because you know that you're gonna fall off the wagon or whatever the case may be, or you see me gambling or talking about the casino when you have no business going to a casino because you'll fucking around and lose the whole house. Like damn, bro, all you did was walk in the doors. Your mortgage is done. Like how did that happen? I get it. You know what I mean? You could look at me and be like, look at this fucking nigger just doing nigger. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand that. But the problem is I don't have that problem of not being able to look in the mirror and checking myself and fixing myself. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that do have a problem with accepting when they're wrong. I don't have that problem. When I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit it. And I'm willing to make, sometimes it's stubborn, subtle changes to fix it. And sometimes it's drastic changes. Like for instance, I wasn't always a trucker. I used to get a bag a different way. I fucked it up. I've literally fucked the bag up, fucked everything up. And guess what I did? I looked in the mirror and said, the shit that you doing, bro, it ain't gonna work. I know you think it's gonna work, or you think you can last doing this shit forever, and it's probably fun too, but you can't do it. You gotta fix some shit. You gotta do different shit. And until, that's my whole problem with black people most of the time, and for people as a whole, because
lower end people,
I know that I put race on it or whatever the case may be, and I can't help it because I was raised by black people when I grew up around black people, right. And I didn't like shit coming up, so that's why I frame it in a black frame, because I'm black. God damn it, I'm from the hood. And that's my problem with the fucking hood is the certain things that was so fucking stupid that I got so many friends and cousins and shit that couldn't see through that stupidity. Where I could see it with a clear eye view, and I try to show them, and I try to take the sheet from over their eyes, and it's just like, oh, I'm still blind, I can't see. It's like, what the fuck, nigga? How you can't see? I'm showing it to you. Like, why can't you see it? And sometimes you can't make people see shit that's right in front of their face. That's the shit that blows my mind. It ain't the fact that you enjoy doing stupid shit. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite or over critical to people that do dumb shit. It's just not gonna happen. It's not the fact that you're uneducated. You know what I mean? Because some people are uneducated. You know, they just haven't been provided the right services. It's the motherfuckers that are provided the options, that are getting shown, and for whatever reason, they decide they want to be stubborn and just drive themselves over the fucking edge because of whatever fucking fucked up reason that they want to do it. I ain't saying that you can't gamble. What I am saying though is you can't lose your fucking house, dog. Like you can't. Come on, relax. It's just
don't need to do it. Like, yeah, listen. Everybody has different personalities, and
Right.
when I have friends, when they talk, they probably don't know this. I listen to what they say. I listen to what they say. I look at their situation, not only from a media standpoint, but from an emotional standpoint and a spiritual standpoint. And I the main thing from me that I want people to be able to come back and say when I'm gone is that I had no malicious intent. None. I want you to be bigger than me. I want you to do better. I want you to go in all the directions you're supposed to go. I know you can't approach it the way I approach everything, but I'm going to try to push it that direction because that's the way I know that works. So I know it's annoying, but you need a pop screen. Like it is fun. There's no way to get around it, bro. You have to have it.
Oh
Nah.
man.
So now, you know, when he tries to sit back from the microphone so you don't hear the that's why he's so far back right now.
I have 2 pop screens. No, I could bring the mic up. I just don't like.
Go closer. Go closer.
No, not I'm doing.
I know you're not gonna do it. So I'm gonna say I'll even say this. Get the one that look at this. Get the one that just goes on like this. It's just a sponge. And it covers the goldness. That's it.
I don't want it.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't want it just because I pointed it out. That's it.
What I can do, I could be a total jerk off about this whole situation because I'm smart. I could set up a mic that y'all can't even see that makes me sound perfectly clear or whatever the case may be, and still put this gold fucking microphone in front of me just as camouflaging. Y'all think that I'm speaking through this, but it's
look how much work that would take just not to put the fucking sponge. That is the most ridiculous thing to me.
somebody started
all of that work just so you didn't have to put it on there.
Somebody started me. It was effortless. That's the fucked up part. Like, it's not.
I do want to speak on America, period. The reason why I want to stop prefacing it in a racial way, because I believe that that's a crutch. Listen, alcoholism, opioid abuse, meth, domestic violence, that's in every single facet of blue collar life in America.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a classism thing, not necessarily racism. I mean, we're not gonna pretend racism doesn't exist, but the larger issue that's really deep is classism. The separation between the elite rich and everybody else, it's astronomical.
That's the real fight.
It is. I try to frame that when I say that when I use the black thing is I'm just speaking from my perspective. It ain't because I think that only black people do this shit. I'm just speaking on the people that I know. You know what I mean? That I can speak on. I can't speak on white people.
We're learning. This is why you're gonna have to learn how to speak on white people. We're learning, whether you believe it or not, is to be journalists. That's technically what we're doing.
Yeah.
So you have more than just black people watching you.
So let me
have to learn how to put it in the right words. Go ahead.
Let me correct that. Not that I don't know how to talk to white people or that I don't know about white problems or whatever the case may be. Let me correct that because that came out wrong. The reason I speak towards black people is because it's easier for me to group it that way so that people understand me. You know what I mean? Now, What I am going to have to start getting better at, and I'm good at it already. What I'm going to have to start making an effort at doing is making sure that I give out the white examples too, because I have those. I definitely know how to act around different races and shit. For God's sakes, I lived in different countries and spoke different languages. So far as me being like being able to be multicultural is not a fucking problem.
Besides police brutality, besides that one thing, all the issues are the same. All the issues are the same. We need jobs. Want to be able to put their kid in a nice school. Want to be able to save up and pay off their debt. It's all the same shit, bro. Besides the judicial system.
Education, clean living, clean eating, being able to have the resources to clean food, and that's it. That's the same everywhere.
Well, if we want this platform to grow, we will have to learn how to be an orbiter to the people we're trying to talk to, which, like Phil said, is the working class people. That's the people you got to learn how to talk to. And when you preference it in as a race issue, the first thing you do is alienate a large portion of people. And that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do that shit. I want it to be where it's like, listen, if your dad went to work labor wise and never got from under his freaking mortgage and bills, dude, it's the same problem, bro. It just is, dude. You're going through the same thing. You wanted something, your dad couldn't get it for you, but he was working 80 hours a week. That's the class problem we need to talk about. The class problem we need to talk about is the fact that all of us on here right now, we're on Trucker Brown talking about trucking. And I hate to say this, the position will be gone in 15 years. It just will. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to just remember I said it. You going to get a leased truck will not be an option. You going to get a trucking job that pulls you out of the dumps and get as high as $100,000, it will not be an option in 10 years.
And don't let that scare you.
I agree with that. Honestly, if you're not, and not to bring his business or anything like that, but if you're not doing the kind of things that Mo Sean are doing, or some of these other guys like King, or even in your case, Law, if you're not already in that particular sector or lane, creating a space for yourself in the marketplace, it's not going to be there. Because everything, matter of fact, I'll just put an example out there. JB Hunt and Walmart already got a fleet of electric trucks on order. Granted, they had to increase their deposits, so that's going to cut down what they ordered initially in the fleet. But next year, those electric trucks will be in the cities running local freight. The wave is coming. And then California's cracking down on the emissions thing to where trucks with diesel, they're not going to allow them to go into their year after next. And also, or that don't have emissions, rather, they'll be able to go into year after next. And they're also saying in 2038, no more gas cars sold in California.
Jesus Christ. Now, peep game. What does this do for us at this class? This is why I say when you're driving your truck, you got to learn something else. Because that means the job market's going to shift.
Yeah, big time.
And then just being able to hold it's just not going to be a viable thing. Just like 50 years ago in Illinois and Detroit and rural parts of Virginia, if you could turn 5 bolts at the Ford plant, you were fucking balling, bro.
All the surrounding lake cities, any city that sits on a lake, facts,
balling. And it just was, and they went.
China came in and bought all the factories and killed that.
If your city sits on a river or some type of lake, most likely it was fucking just.
And that's not a race thing. That's just literally
a hurricane went through it. Yeah, a hurricane went through it when the factories died down.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Gary, the Clevelands, the Chicago, Detroits.
It's not only a class thing. I mean, it's not only a race thing. That's a working class thing. That's what I heard this thing on a documentary I watched. It said money can move, labor can't. Money can move, meaning I can put money into a factory in Bombay and hire them people for nothing. But you can't just move to Bombay like that. You can't just do it. So that's why I tell people, you know where you need to make money at? And something else. Well, what is it? I haven't figured that something else out for me. So I don't feel like I'm in the position to tell you what to do. But all I can say at the base is learn something else. And now, whatever that's going to be, that's going to be for you.
Some thoughts out there as far as transitioning out once you've made a fairly significant amount of money. If you're not into doing trading in the markets, whether that be crypto, stocks, whatever the case may be, then I would say go something with the tech or health industry. And just find your niche in that, like cloud. I know a lot of people, because that gets pretty deep, but if you can get into that space of understanding cloud and storage, that's what's going to be big in 15 years. Because like I said the other day, Earth silicon is going away. We're already having the microchip shortage problem, but they're not talking about the fact that electronic grade silicon is being dried up from all mines, and there's only a finite amount of it. So what are all the storage pieces use? Silicon. So what's going to be the next thing? Selling storage space on servers at absorbent rates.
Yeah, getting
competition for that.
Getting T1 machines, how to operate T1s, T3, all these memory machines, these machines that's just there to store info.
Right, server farms, all that stuff.
Server farms, yeah.
I had no idea there was a silicone shortage at all. I didn't see that on the news.
It's been a problem for the last 20 years that within the next 15 to 20 years, it's just going to be gone. You won't be able to get memory cards for your phones, computers, none of that.
You know what's funny?
It's going to be cloud.
You know what's funny and what's crazy about the human race? You'll find something else. If all the silicone got up,
they'll find another thing.
They're experimenting with liquid storage, but it's right now it's just a concept. The tech's not there yet.
When it
needs to be, it will.
Option. When it's not an option, we have to do something about it. The real people that need to come up with this shit, it's like Iron Man. It's like he figured out how he figured out time travel in like overnight. Right. It's just because he's not wasting his time with it because he doesn't have to. But as soon as the people that are good at this type of shit needs to waste their time with it, they'll figure it out.
Well, see, that's why the conversation is good, because you wonder how venture capitalists stay rich. They're trying to look forward and see what's running out to see what the next thing is. So if we knew what the next product was, we could start buying that up at pennies now. So what is the next memory card product?
Invest in storage companies. Whoever's starting up some type of server storage or has it where you can invest in their tech company where primary their stock is selling server space, that's what's going to be the money ticket. At least in the tech world.
I think a lot of
buying into the social media companies because they're slowly taking over the world too, in my opinion.
I think a lot of people have a problem with change, and I get it. Like when you hear things like trucks are gonna start driving themselves, and you're not gonna be a truck driver. Like truck drivers are just gonna be obsolete at some point. They like panic or think like, oh, what am I gonna do? You're gonna do something else, motherfucker. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna figure out how to make money. If you want to make money in trucking still, you're gonna figure out how to do that. Just because there's going to be a truck electronically driving and it's going to get rid of the truck driver, you as a truck driver still will be able to make money in some form of fashion in trucking.
Service it.
You got to figure it out. You just got to, or you can do something else.
The wild looks at it like this. This is a saying that is true about the animal kingdom. It is so simple. Adapt or die.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's that freaking simple, dude. If you do not adapt, you're gonna just cease. And what we calling death is is bankruptcy. You're gonna adapt, or you won't be able to feed yourself.
It's that simple, people.
I mean, I look at it like this because I'm a very much so a nostalgist. I like old stuff. I like things being older the way they were, but I also live as a reality as too. I'm like, I'll enjoy it while it's here, but when it's gone, okay, we'll move to the next phase. Because like you said, it's survive or die. And I'm too addicted to achieving things to let that stop me. Yeah.
What your grandkids are gonna be like, you actually drove your car?
Right.
What was that like? And I got in a car crash in '95. Well, Grandpa, why didn't the car just go around it?
Right. And see, this the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, of course, in the movie, it's always the worst situation, like the robots took over the world or whatever the case may be, and that's the whole point of the fucking movie is because they was in some type of urgent situation. But how many times have you really looked at these movies where the cars are driving themselves and shit and didn't think that that fucking world looks awesome? It don't.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
It is better.
It's not. They didn't. All these things that are happening are not to make life worse. You know what I mean? It's to make life better and easier. But
Yeah.
no, you have to adapt. You have to be willing to do other things to fucking.
You got to break
I
eggs to make
think
it.
I
Yeah,
think the problem is that because everything we see it in real time now, the drasticness and how quickly technology is able to advance is what people can't adapt to. Because if you think about like our parents and grandparents, the changes they've seen in their lifespan from when they were young people into now, and you think about like, oh, you had to teach your grandparents how to use a computer, or your mom decided to get Facebook for the first time. That change is the same thing we're seeing and experiencing in real time, but because of the advancement in technology, it's moving at such a rapid rate that a lot of people, like you said, they can't handle the adaptive changes because it's happening every day.
it's like one of them things. Like things are always getting better, but sometimes the people that are not, I don't know, putting are in dire situations are not putting forth the right effort or are in fucked up situations are not seeing it as fast. It's like not, I don't want to say battled. I've thought about trying my hand at stand up because I know a lot of comedians and I have the avenue to try it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, why not? Because I like entertaining people and I like being funny and I like just fucking around. You know what I'm saying? So one joke though that I have in my arsenal that I know would probably be the first joke that I would ever pull out. Exactly. This is the exact movie though that
Great
I
movie.
reference when I'm yeah, this is the movie that I reference when I'm talking about that when you see shit. It's like the world looks awesome on these movies. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like I say, back to the comedian thing. The first joke that I definitely would pull out, which is really not a joke, it's kind of like reality, is how many motherfuckers still got roaches? Like, is that still a thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, it's
Definitely
definitely
is.
still a thing.
that's still a fucking thing, and just watch how the crowd reacts and laughs. Like, yeah, nigga, it's still a thing. It's like, wow, you guys are still fucking with roaches. Like, when are y'all gonna outgrow roaches? Like, I've been outgrew that.
Now,
Like,
that's a funny conversation because you'll never be able to. Roaches are you just can't. Roaches are dope. If you ever watched
yeah.
a documentary on roaches, like you literally cannot nuke them and get them away. Like you
No.
can't nuke them. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, they'll be here forever.
They'll
But
be here forever.
but don't mean you have to live with them. Like, there's to not live with roaches. You can't get rid of roaches, but like I haven't seen a roach in my house since I was like fucking, I don't know,
20.
yeah, like 20. Yeah, exactly. When I moved out with moms. But like once I moved out with moms and I was a less financial burden on mom, she was able to free up a lot of money to get the fuck out of that situation. So now she doesn't have to deal with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, that comes back to a priority. It comes back to where once your priority. Well, listen, I'm a person who's my low end place to live number is $2,500. I will not sign on a place that's under $2,500 to live monthly.
Can I ask you a question about that specifically?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, aside from, I'm not trying to count your pockets or anything like that, but how do you scale your mindset to set that as your baseline? Now, mind you, I'm 25, so I don't have the same amount of experience you do, but I'm just trying to understand
studying.
that.
That's when I learned. I got to this point when I learned what zip codes did. That's when you put your shoe out. I'm not going under $2,000 a month. That's because you understand what zip codes mean to a city. Zip codes is the slave quarters of that class in that city. So when Law's zip code means something totally different than O Block zip code to the computer and to until the whole city of Chicago. So if they pull up Law's zip code and they look at it, they'll think, all right, we'll keep going. But if O Block zip code pops up, it's like it's totally different. So if he applies for a loan, they're gonna say Law probably can afford it, at least the minimum of the loan he's asking for. But on O Block, it's immediate denial. They call it redlining.
Right.
That also affects the school system Law's kids go to. It affects the food that they're eating. It affects the cleanliness of their water. The water they send to his zip code, I guarantee you, is not the same as they send to the other one. So once you start understanding how important a zip code is, also, we got Erica in here. It probably, I don't know this, I bet you it affects your insurance.
Oh, that's a fact. That's 100% a fact. And you know that. You don't act like you don't know. You know that. You know that. That is a absolute.
That's a fact.
What? That's the first thing fucking insurance pops in is the damn zip code.
Is the freaking zip code.
Right.
Now,
it's gonna be an extra couple $100 for you, but
yeah. And why? Thefts are higher in there for his car insurance. The water he's getting is worse, so they're not about to cover him health wise. It's cheap. The food he getting is sucky. They're not going to cover him health wise. It's cheap. Fires are probably more prevalent, so they're not going to fire for his house insurance. It affects so much stuff that you'll probably save money if you went to Law zip code and did some budgeting. You probably would retain more money than if you went to the other one.
Yeah, the only thing that fucks you around my zip code is like flooding type shit. That's it.
Right.
See, and that's the conversation that has to be had. Like I said, it's not a race thing. It's about classism.
Right.
This is true, but unfortunately, classism deals directly with black people.
Well,
because we don't know. Because we don't
listen,
know. That's all it comes down to.
Black people are an easy. Well, I'll say this: black people are an easy target, but it hits everyone. But they're an easy target.
Yeah,
because we have no representation in, if you want to call it, parliament. Most of these people, you say, well, why did the Asian hate thing pop up so quick? You ever think of that?
A good percentage of people up there in the government.
They have super PACs and have enough money to pay into super PACs to pay the politicians to get something done. That's why. Also, they have
the Hispanic community,
the gay community, all of that.
Yeah, Hispanics ain't as dope at it though as the Asians though. Asians, they're not.
And the organization of it. The organization of it.
Hispanics have the same problem as blacks. They just go about doing the shit the wrong way. Blacks too. Just go about doing it the wrong way. The what's the word? The cause is there. You know what I mean? The message is right. It's just Asians just they went about it the right way to get what they got. You know what I mean?
Well, they went about it in a way of that they weren't put in a position to completely lose their identity. So they're using their culture where they come from. So there's a whole that gets murky. The point is this is the overall point. Your standards of living have to go up. And one thing I learned, when your standards of living go up, your standard of friends go up. Your standard of mates go up. Like you've heard Law say, that chick I messed with back when I was 19, he wouldn't even roll his window down to say hi to that person now. Like if they was at a job and they was like, hey, Law, can you take me home? No. No, I cannot. You can't sit next to me in the break room. None of that. Like you would know better. Because once it goes up to a certain level, you're thinking, okay, I don't want to be friends with someone that can't tell me something. Because I'm at a level where not learning anything is death. So I have to be around people that can say, hey, bro, watch this. Or Erica can come in and say maybe car insurance, but not necessarily health insurance. That's information that is good information to know. So you're going to collect Ericas and Phils and Laws and Trevors. You're going to collect these people because you want to have, like I say, you go as far as your friends are. As far as your inner circles, as far as you're going.
This is the thing, though. It's like it's awesome when it comes from you because you have more of a you have more of a like you help people type deal. Like you genuinely come across as somebody that actually likes to help people It's different with me because I come across as a person that don't give a fuck about helping people because it's the truth. If I actually help you or do something, it's because I'm battling within myself to help you. Like I'm actually trying to be a better person. You naturally probably do that. You know what I mean? Like Trucker Brown is naturally a type of person that will extend his hand. I am naturally a person that say fuck off because people have disappointed me. It's just my personality. It is what it is. I'm not going to even put no excuses behind it. It is. I've been through what I've been through, whatever the case may be.
So you understand that the pop screen thing is to help you. You understand that?
Yeah, I do, and I don't care.
And he doesn't care.
He doesn't fucking care, bro. Like,
hey, you see what I said? He was just trying to outgo mine. That's all.
yeah, that's all he was doing, bro. That's all he was trying to do, yo.
I'm not gonna let Phil outgo.
Exactly.
Hell no.
But when I say I want to build a show, I thought of 4 people: Law, Phil. Well, Phil's schedule's up in the air right now, so I don't know how I'm gonna get that done. But
that's gonna become more streamlined. We'll talk about that on the side.
all right, cool. Law, Low, Phil. Also need pro shots from all of y'all, which I have not got yet.
I know my wife told me I might have to go get that done when we get back.
I mean, do y'all have a DSLR?
No, we don't, but I can get one.
Nah, we'll figure it out because you can.
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna go OnlyFans all the way chest out, nipples.
Let's not.
Or if I'm gonna, keep it clean.
I'm trying to get us to a point where our 2-hour conversation is valuable regardless of what we're talking about. I also need a day that everybody knows we're coming on. So right now it looks like it's going to be Saturday. Low agreed to Saturday. Law agreed to Saturday. Haven't got Phil's yet, and we're foggy on the time because we're in different time zones. So we got to figure out the time zone situation.
Yeah, because Low's on East, you're on Mountainous, or you're on Pacific.
Yeah,
Low's East and I'm on Central, and Phil's on whatever.
I'm on Central too, but it does vary, but that don't really matter.
Are you mainly in the Central time zone most of the time?
No, I'm in the West most of the time.
Okay, see.
Yeah, but we're talking when you. So we'll talk, Phil.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah,
we'll figure it out. I'm thinking for me, if I start at 2, Low will be starting at 4. No, 2, 5. So if I say I'm starting live at 2, it'll be 5 his time. And what would it be your time, Law?
3.
3. Okay, that's manageable.
Time is 3 my time.
So what is it? Phil's time. If I start at 2,
Houston, that'd be 3. Yeah,
3.
So 3, we could average time of 2 hours if there ain't nothing really good to talk about. At 3, 4, 5, 6, that's doable. Because my thing is I don't want it to be so late that we're not spunky and there's no we're tired. So we're trying to make it good. And I'm trying to make it at a time where it is the most traffic on YouTube, which is between 4 and 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
makes sense.
It's really a tip I shouldn't be saying out loud, but screw it, I just said it. It's between 4 and 7 o'clock. So that'll work. And I want it to be where it's like, no matter what, this happens at this time, to the point where you're going to get the return people because they just know it's on.
Right.
And if I can see this happen a few times, then I will pay for the graphic stuff to set it all up. That's a banner. That's a proper logo for the title. That's this whole thing on here, proper overlay. I'm going to pay for the whole shebang, but I need your pro pictures and all that. And it's going to be a place to have a good conversation. That's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build that to where it can get so good. Our conversations can get so good that we can have a viral moment, but it don't be a negative viral moment. You see what I'm saying? We're too old to dibble dabble in only negative shit. We're just too old for it.
I'm trying to get out of only black shit too. I don't really want to talk black issues all the time. Now I like black issues. I love it. But at the same time, I like dibbling and dabbling into the white people shit and just kind of just like reiterating to that crowd that, oh my God, you guys don't realize how fucking weird this is to certain people. Like, you know what I mean? I get it, but everybody don't get this. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all don't get a lot of the urban shit. You know what I mean?
I think that it would round it out if we could have a white speaker, but I don't know. This is the thing before Trevor says me. It's you have to have a setup. One person I'm talking about, everybody has a condenser mic at least set up. I can't do the phone thing. Not on this scale because I'm going to be taking the recording and using it for podcasts. So it has to be on. You have to be on a setup.
I'm not getting a fucking pop screen. So just
the pop screen's coming.
I'm not getting a pop screen.
And you're gonna hear on the recording that you're the only one that's like, this is how you sound.
You can take your audio and you can shove it up your ass, buddy. All right.
This is how you
Do
could.
you have the attached pop screen, Law?
I got it. I just didn't put it. I got 2 of them, maybe 3. Yes, I have.
Well, just put the adapter behind it. You can still shine your gold.
Yeah, you can actually just put it where the thing you said is, and they no one to know the difference.
Nope. This looks good to me. This is baller. This makes my dookie twinkle. Like he said on Dave Chappelle. Yeah, I sprinkle little diamonds on it because it makes my dookie.
Like good old Negro Defiance.
That's the type of shit I'm on. That's the type of shit I'm on with the gold mic. Look, I sprinkle little diamonds on my salad because it makes my dookie twinkle.
All right, that's what you want to do. I feel you. We're gonna figure out Law. I guess it's gonna be hot mess. Phil's gonna be the technical representative. Law, I guess Law and Low's gonna do the sports thing because I'm not really big in sports. I'm gonna say some things on it that's gonna not be right. Another thing I want to catch too is the UFC. The UFC thing we did was fun. I don't know why we stopped doing that, but I guess because we didn't have a schedule. And UFC fights come on Saturday.
And UFC fights cost fucking money too.
I know
they fucking ban you for everything.
That fight was expensive.
They ban you for everything too, bro. Like you can't fucking. This is the problem with the fight thing. I watched a wonderful fight yesterday, boxing, not UFC. I'm definitely into combat sports. I'm definitely into talking about that whole, into that realm or whatever. You can't show the shit. You know what I mean? And by the time the people that have patents that can show the shit and kind of like get away with showing videos and like getting a good reaction out of it quicker, it's already done. You know what I mean? We're not gonna get the hits.
My old lady actually found out what's really going on with that. They're paying for the tag. So what the corporate's doing is that when a UFC fight comes and you'll see UFC 260, then UFC and UFC fight. What UFC will do, they'll pay YouTube, and basically only they will rank there for 72 hours.
Right.
So now it's like you're not getting there just because that's how they have it set up.
Exactly. It's so hard to break through. That's my point, though. Exactly. Like
this is how you break. This is how you break through. Remember when that dude broke his leg?
Right. Yeah.
We were supposed to do a commentary based around the broken leg, and we will say something like "so and so broke his leg," and that's not bought. So
Right.
we have to find a creative way to title around what they bought up. So we can't just say UFC fight, come look at me. You just can't do that. You have to say so and so gets knocked out, or Joe Jones talks about the knockout. You got to do some crap like that. We got to figure that out. Once we do, tell me what kind of mic I need.
I was going to comment on that.
Oh, what? Let me tell you which one to get, because I heard you say the other day, Lisa. I heard you say, why don't you just go get TB's mic? Which is so right. Listen, you can go on. I'll text it to you. Actually, I already did. You can go over to the Guitar Center, Lisa. This mic is only $119. It will give you the Joe Rogan sound without breaking the bank. You also will not have to treat the room, Lisa, with a whole bunch of other crap, because it only listens to, watch this, it only listens to what's. See how that works? No matter where you go, it goes away. That's why it's so dope. I tried to tell your husband that, but as you know, because you married him, your husband's black, and he didn't want to listen to that. So yeah.
See, don't do it.
I need to get a gun mic from the content. Rome, we can do that. We'll get it all together. Oh, yeah, yes, it's a magic mic. Exactly. So it will work out. I told Phil to get this mic. Phil doesn't do that.
My microphone. I do.
Phil goes out and gets an alligator hat and pimps out and gets a gold mic. That's exactly what he did.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I bought that specific microphone. Because in my free time, I also record music.
Then buy 2 mics.
I'm not rich. Yet.
Hold on. Let me show y'all something. They say if you want to win, do what the winners do. Let me show y'all something real quick.
That's a fact. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
You want to win, do what the winners do. Let me give you.
I'm just messing around with this gold mic just because I knew that was going. I knew what it was going to do.
We like your excuse. That's nice.
I knew what it was going. What are we talking about right now? That's exactly
these mics. Look at these mics.
That's why I bought the mic.
Now these people are somebody who's making over $480,000 a year from talking into a microphone. Can we look at what mic they have? Give us a second.
Probably a Shure mic, ain't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what they have. Those Shure
mics are very expensive.
We didn't say brand name. I said what type. That is a dynamic mic.
Yeah, and it's ugly as shit. I hate those mics, bro.
But this is what the winners are doing. You see this dynamic mic? This is a dynamic mic. It's the same setup as what I got. It's just the expensive one. You don't have to get the expensive one. That dude's on steroids, by the way. There's no way.
Is that my man's? No, that ain't him.
Yeah.
Rashad. Damn, I can't think of his last name.
This is what the winners are doing.
Rashad. It's not. He ain't on steroids. That dude is a beast, though. But I don't think that's him, though.
Back to the mics. Do we see the mics they're using, Phil?
Trash.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that microphone.
I am too.
Dynamic.
I am too. That's the better version of what TB has.
See,
well, when I have a couple of more loose dollars, I'll get the dynamic mic. But for now, I'm going to use what I got. Because my house is very quiet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being a whole nigga about it.
I know you are. That's what's funny about it, because he knows what I'm saying is right. He knows.
I think it brings great content, especially when I come on this platform. I have a whole different mic that I could pull out right now. We would never even talk about this.
Are you sure? Because you see how good I sound? You see how awesome I sound?
I believe
I look like I
got a few mics.
I could be with Larry King right now. I could be with what's that dude? Old dude we used to watch when we were a kid, Bob Barker. I could be with Johnny Carson right now. That ain't that. It's the same thing as what you got. That's not direct.
But if I had that mic, this wouldn't even be a conversation. Like, we wouldn't even be spending this much time talking about mics. It's the fact that I have a gold mic right now is why. and we're able to focus on how much of a ignorant coon Law is.
You and Phil are, because when Phil jumps on, he has the same freaking mic. I
sound great.
I don't know.
Sound so good.
I sound like I should be in the suit at the ESPN Awards talking about who's getting the Heisman Trophy. That's what it sounds like to me. But it's whatever. I gotta go, y'all. I've jigabooed up here with y'all long enough. We're going on 4 hours. Thanks for everybody with the Cash App and showed any type of support and signed up for the Patreon. Of course, the content is getting better and better and better. Why is it getting better, TB? Because the people that are going to be speaking on the platform are going to have a setup. They're going to have at least an interface, at least a decent mic, and at least a way to view yourself. I am mad about the camera because I found a $80 Logitech camera that will do just fine instead of me using a $5,000 camera I wasted money on. Whatever. The point is this: it's y'all got to watch, because the thing I'm concentrating on now is organization. I need a day. I need a time that's comfortable for everybody. That's one. Everybody's saying Saturday. Phil is still on the fence with that. We'll talk.
We'll talk about that offline.
We'll talk about that
I got
offline.
some things coming.
I feel you. So don't do drugs. Hey, look, this is everybody look at Law's face when I say what I'm about to say. Try to do better. Don't do drugs. Stay away from meat.
Do what you can, people.
Dairy. And if you're black, don't do it, you white women. It's like, I'm just joking. Let me get on out here. Stay. I'm Audi 5000. Goodbye.